Hi, and welcome back to the bar. So today I'm keen to talk about a problem I think we probably all see quite a lot, if we're honest, particularly coming from the world of projects, programs, portfolios, and change management. And that is the evangelizing of methodology. And that actually can happen in all sorts of different ways. I've seen in the various companies I work with, I've seen executives who will say, stand up and say, we're going to run this project in an agile, with using agile methodology. This is agile. This is my agile program. Not actually knowing what agile really means and not understanding the context of agile as a methodology. But also, in my business, we have recovered many programs over the last 20 years or so, which have been over-agiled. So they have been developed in an agile, using an agile methodology, but actually there is business change that sits around it, and therefore the agile methodology is fine for the build of the technology, but it doesn't really work when it comes to the business change quite so well. And so there needs to be some form of hybrid or change or adapting to suit the needs of the rest of the business. And normally, most of the stakeholders and most of the key people in the organization aren't really interested in whether it's agile or waterfall or any other methodology. They just want it delivered, and they want it delivered in a seamless and simple and effective way. So I think often the over-evangelism of a methodology, and we see the same in PMOs, but the over-evangelism of a methodology can actually work against you and can create a negative perception of the value of a program lead or a PMO or a portfolio office or whatever. So the question is, what do you do about it? And I think there's a couple of things there. I think the first thing is you temper your language. And so you imagine an iceberg where the methodology, the elements of the methodology that are visible to the business are just the bits above the surface. You don't need to know any more than we're going to be, we're using a methodology that makes things happen faster. It's going to be quick. It's going to happen in relatively short cycles, and the business change will happen in a more predicted and cost-managed way. But keep it simple, really keep it simple, and keep steer clear of using the agile word on lots of slides and lots of paraphernalia or collateral to do with the program or project. Because I guarantee for every one person that it excites, it'll probably turn off 4 or 5 people in the business, because they won't understand it, or they'll feel a bit scared by it because they don't know exactly what it means. Or even worse, they'll feel that it's over the top and not aligned with the culture of the organization. So just amend the language, get your branding right for the program, and don't use Agile or Prince2 or Waterfall as your brand. Use language that essentially aligns with the way the organization operates. I have a profile on LinkedIn. You're very welcome to contact me. I will always try and listen to any challenges that you're facing and give you an opinion, maybe give you a second opinion, or you can bounce some ideas off me. Very happy to do that, whether you send through a request or whether you ping me and I'll try and speak to you in person. But by all means, seek a second opinion. I'll be delighted to try and help. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.